Are you thinking of moving to the St. George, Utah area? In this video, we're going to talk about Washington City using Google Maps. And if you stick around until the end, I'm going to tell you the story about an 11-year-old boy who approached the city council with a request that got them thinking and taking action. Hi, I'm Shari Harris with Fathom Realty. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything about living in the St. George, Utah area, make sure to subscribe and tap the bell for notifications. We get phone calls and emails every day from people just like you looking to move to the St. George area, and we absolutely love it. Whether you're planning on moving next week or next month or next year, give us a call, send us a text or an email. We would love to help you make a smooth move to the St. George area. All of our contact information is in the description below. Like I said, we're going to be talking about Washington City using Google Maps today. So let's get on my computer. All right, here we are on Google Maps, and I have outlined Washington City here. As you can see, it's got some pretty interesting edges to it. Over here is Hurricane City, where they've got the Sand Hollow State Park. There's a great big reservoir there for boating and acres of sand dunes for the off-roading, and also Quail Creek State Park for some camping and boating as well. So Hurricane here, but over here on the other side, you have St. George, and then up above Washington City, you'll see all this kind of light red, the Red Cliffs National Conservation Area, so protected land full of hiking trails, and we'll talk about some of how to figure out where all those hiking trails are in a little bit. I want to point out I-15 that goes all along here. Main interstate goes all the way from San Diego in California into up towards Montana by the Canada border. It's so nice and easy to jump on and off here. Wanted to point out this exit here is actually kind of the Hurricane exit. You can see the DMV is right here, and the Washington County Fairgrounds. Those are both in Hurricane, but right here by the Washington border. So you can come off this exit here and you head into the Coral Canyon area and the golf course there. There are some pretty views here because you're looking over here at all the red rock. So pretty area there. This East Telegraph Street runs all through Washington City, and then it does continue down here through St. George. It turns into Red Cliffs Drive and then eventually River Road, which the hospital is on. And this is one of our just busiest streets with so many businesses. In this area here, we've got Walmart that is in Washington and Costco that is just over the border. And it just brings so many people to this area, even if you live closer to like a Walmart somewhere else. If you're going to Costco, you want to get all of your errands done in one place. And so if you want to get a feel for how bad the traffic can get, that can be a good intersection area to drive. Definitely, I mean, it does get busier at different times of year based upon how many tourists we have in town. But when I complain about traffic, I'm usually complaining about this area. There's a Home Depot there. There is an In-N-Out, Red Robin, Best Buy, Michael's, a whole bunch of businesses along here in Washington. Across from the freeway, this is the Green Springs area. There's a golf course, a lot of older homes. There are some that are a little bit higher looking over the valley, so you can get some good views up in there. And then, of course, the lower homes. It's a more developed area, more mature, I guess you would say. If we go down here where the heart is in Washington here, this is Staheli Farm, and this is the Washington Fields area. Used to be tons of fields, farmland, and a lot of that's being developed. I really appreciate that Staheli Farm is still a working farm there. You can get really good beef there. I know sometimes people will complain about the smell, that occasionally it is a working farm and they were there first. But and you know when you buy the house that it's there. But I don't think it's like a huge problem, just occasionally. And I wanted to just talk a little bit about Staheli Farm because they give back so much to the community. In the fall, they do like Fill the Screams, they got this maze, Witches Night Out, just fall festival kind of stuff going on there. And they have a pumpkin patch. They have a big jumping pillow. I don't know if you've seen those before. Playground area, kind of area to pet the animals. They have little rubber ducky races, these little water pump things with a pipe. So tons of fun activities for kids. And I have used them for my client appreciation events for a couple years and in the spring, and did Easter egg hunt, and we did a drive-in movie one year out in the field. They had a great big screen they put up for us. That was so much fun. And they got out their axe throwing and the little train for the kids. So many things going on so that we could host that event. So they host a lot of events for a lot of different companies and family reunions. In December, they decorate with some lights that you can drive through. I also think maybe you can do a wagon through the lights. I haven't done that myself. And they have a live nativity in December, and they do the, what is it called? The Hot Air Balloon Festival there, which is pretty incredible. Washington City, you see just a lot of hot air balloons in the air in the cooler months. I think a lot of them just kind of take off from that area, Staheli Farm and such. I've been showing homes out there before and driven into a cul-de-sac where there was a great big hot air balloon that had landed in, and you don't really realize how big they are until you are standing next to one. So it was pretty awesome. So Washington City's population is approximately 36,000, and the median sold home in February was $471,000. Probably a little low. February's a little bit slower. I actually think that might be a little bit higher, closer to $500,000 in the next report that's ran. The Washington City Community Center. This here is such an awesome place to go with your family. They have their huge pool. They've hosted the Senior Olympics there before. Great pool for the children, places to barbecue outside. They do tons of programs for classes and stuff like painting, drawing, cooking, Lego, robotics, lots of like summer camps or even spring break camps. So a lot happening there. They have rooms for like conferences or little meetings, not like huge groups, but some networking groups I know meet there. They have great few gyms within the building, the sports courts. It's just a really, really nice community center. I think the best in the area. In fact, let's go over to Washington City's webpage, which is also one of the better ones, and so much good information. So if you're researching Washington City, check out their website. I want to go to the recreation and the community center. This is a great spot to learn more of the details about what they all have to offer with renting and preschool and all those hours and stuff. So if you're coming for a visit, you can figure out the rates and their hours. It's washingtoncity.org is the website, so you can check it out. I love that right here, you can click to learn about the city parks. There's information about renting, but if you go ahead and scroll on down, you can filter by features of what you're looking for. So if you want to go do disc golf or volleyball or basketball, click what you're looking for, the splash pad, and it will narrow it down for you. I'm not going to narrow it down right now, so you can just see how many different parks we have. And this is just in Washington City, which I think is super awesome. Also, that's helpful in making your plans. If you click on the park that you're interested in, most, if not all, have a video that tells you, kind of gives you a preview of the area a little bit better. They list the amenities. This makes it so easy if you are planning, if you don't live here and you're trying to make plans for either a group or your family. I also use this just for staycations when I'm trying to look for new parks and new activities for my children, because we used to vacation here all the time and now we live here, and sometimes you stop exploring once you move somewhere. So we often do staycations here. Also want to point out the trails. As I had mentioned before, all of that lighter red area on the map. This is the trail system. It also labels the parks for you. So if you click on a trailhead, so like this is the Dinosaur Tracks Trail, and you want to know more about it, you just click onto the next feature, more info on the trail, and then it gives you more information. This here talks a lot about the Red Cliffs Reserve, but as you can see, tells you all about the trail. Helps you to figure out, like, is this one that would be good for yourself, your family, your group, whoever you're with. Just a little bit more information about it. So great for planning your hikes. All right, another tab I wanted to, or website I wanted to show you was our Washington County School District. It can be a little confusing. So we are talking today about Washington City, which is in Washington County. So Washington County School District is the school district for this whole area, and their website is a good resource. If you have children, you can figure out the different schools, the dual immersion, and then using those boundaries and routes can also help with planning on where you're going to live. So let's say that you have an elementary school age child. When you click on the link, it shows you the whole area, all color coded for the different schools. And then you can also go to the search bar up here and put an address of, say there's a home you're looking at, you could put it there. I'll drop the pin onto this map and show you which school it's going to be in. Another thing I like this Coral Canyon Elementary School, I'm just going to click on for an example. So it shows you the exact borders for it, who would go there. If you're wondering what's within walking, you click there and you see these are the people that would walk, and then the others would have the bus opportunity. So great resource to figure out the boundaries for whatever schools your kids, you're wanting them to go to. Like I mentioned, we have like dual immersion, Spanish, Chinese, and Portuguese. So if that's something your child is already doing and you want to continue, the website can help you figure out which schools that would be at, as well as which areas you could pick out a home. So this is all kind of part of helping you do the research when you're thinking of moving to this area. As promised, we're going to talk about 11-year-old CJ, who went to a Washington City City Council meeting and expressed that there was nowhere to really go skating and on their scooters, and that kids were in the streets and places they shouldn't be because there really was nowhere for it in Washington City. Well, this got the City Council to thinking, and they've taken action. There's Wills Park that it's been a few years in the making. It's not completed, but by the end of 2024, it's expected to be. And it's really awesome what they put together. They actually spoke with CJ and some of his friends, and what did everybody want? And they've got an awesome designer that's been designing skate parks for many, many years. And he actually designed the one that is in Ivan City as well. And they've come up with this great plan. They said the Wills Park is slated to have a large skateboard area featuring spots for park and street plaza-based skating. BMX pump tracks and dirt tracks are also slated for cyclists, as well as a Ninja Warrior style obstacle course with a 40-yard dash, a splash pad, a playground, and a 12-foot tall W-shaped climbing cube placed in the center of the park. The overarching focus of the park is to be accessible to anyone, so traditional park facilities have been included in the design. Sections of the BMX and skate park are also designed for beginners and professional users. Anyway, this sounds so awesome, and I'm super excited to be able to take my kids to it when it's finished. And I just love that this young man was brave enough to go before the city council and express a need for the youth, and that they listened. So awesome. So many great things coming and happening in this area. If you have any questions about the St. George area, don't hesitate to reach out to me. My contact information is below. I will talk to you soon.